afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to round 4 of the MaD Dragon Rugby Championship 2024. A rematch from last week. This round, the Springboks once again going up against the All Blacks. And taking a look at the table, this is an incredibly important game in the tournament. The Springboks out there in first place on 13 points after their win over New Zealand last week. New Zealand in second place on 7 points. Might be thinking this is a must-win game with South Africa's last games against Argentina, who are down in 4th place. That might be a tough ask, hoping that Argentina can get those wins over South Africa, so New Zealand will know this might be a tournament potentially deciding game as Damian McKenzie gets us kicked off and underway straight into the arms of Cheslin Kolbe. The All Blacks will be needing to bring a lot of new attention to this game because last week things certainly going wrong for them, but it is South Africa who make the first mistake of the game, kicking that ball out on the full from the box kick. So we'll have our first line out of the game as it goes out to the back, but stolen by Jasper Wiese there in the back of the line out. Great work by him just to give possession back to South Africa, and a better box kick this time coming in by Cobus Reinach to clear them out of their half. Beauden Barrett thinks he sees room in that backfield. Well collected though by Mapimpi, who's playing out on that left wing today. Gives a good clearance kick back downfield, and chasing the ball there is Beauden Barrett, who's with him. He tries to run it round but doesn't get around Peter Steph du Toit, but Jesse Creel, trying desperately to maybe win an early penalty in this game, gives away a hands in the ruck penalty, and it gives New Zealand an early exit. Both teams a little bit timid to start out this one. They know how important this one could end up being in terms of the tournament. Damian McKenzie gets a lovely kick right back up into that South Africa 22, basically where the first line-out was stolen from. Let's see if they can have a better line-out. Armour has been starting in hooker today rather than Cody Taylor's been moved to the bench. Maybe wanted to bring that experience back on later into the game as Damian McKenzie makes a sneaky little break in the midfield there. Great work by South Africa to shut him down, and New Zealand look awfully bunched here. In fact, they want to try and make the most of the room out on that wing as Cheslin Kolbe gets taken down by Ethan Blackadder. Good work to chase down the speedster on the wing there, but South Africa back on the front foot now. Cobus Reinach wants to play it out quickly to Pollard, to Khaleesi, nearly managing to hit that gap in the midfield. Not quite working for him though, and New Zealand get the turnover at the breakdown as Scott Barrett pops it off to his brother Geordie, gets it out to Will. Jordan gets the grubber kick around Mapimpi's one-on-one, going up against the fullback there. Good collection by the South African fullback. Can they get out of this situation this time as Mostert wrapped up by the New Zealand defence? They get it out one more time. Very, very close to being charged down though as they get it out to Beauden Barrett, going on the counter-attack run this time. Who's with him? He gets a little pop pass out to Ardie Savea. We know what a big ball carrier he is. He gets a pop pass to Rieko Ioane. I actually thought maybe Severus was going to be able to kick that on the volley and keep that in play. Not to be though, and South Africa will have their first line out of the game as they pop it off to Etzebeth. Actually stolen though by New Zealand, trying to take control of that set piece this week as Tupou Vaa'i takes it a little bit further up. Everyone's looking very bunched in this game so far as they get it out to Will Jordan. Thinks he's seen room in that backfield. Maybe thought a kick over the top. Not quite worked for them as Damien Valemsa, playing at fullback this week, makes a great counter-attack back up the field, and South Africa making good room and still going. Getting these little offload passes causing all sorts of problems for this New Zealand defence, who are all out of shape, and they've made it all the way back into the New Zealand half, and Cobus Reinach doesn't want to slow this one down, takes it quickly himself. Is he supported? Does manage to get it back as this time Marks takes it on for one more carry. They're moving further on. Cobus Reinach just slips through the gap once again. He's going to be a nuisance all day today for this New Zealand defence as they try and go a bit wider this time as Peter Steph du Toit on a great carry through the open hole there, and New Zealand being put on the back foot early on. Can South Africa make them pay for this one as Mapimpi gets taken down on the wing, but New Zealand do well to just hold on to the ball. They pass it out wide to Will Jordan. Manages to get in front of his own player though as TJ Perenara ran across. Maybe thought he was just going to take it up for one more carry. Went for the clearance kick, actually got in front of his own kicker, and suddenly South Africa on the charge as they try and get towards that midfield. I think that's Andre Pollard gets the pass away to Jasper Wiese, who will get over for the first score of the game. It goes the way of South Africa, who have looked dominant so far in this first half when they've had the ball in hand. New Zealand defence just seems all out of shape. Another great hole opening up there. Great run to just carve through the middle there. You can see Beauden Barrett trying to get back, manages to get that one extra tackle in, but that offload game has been so important today. Ethan Blackadder missing the tackle as well. Sees Jasper Wiese charging over, a very tough man to stop from that sort of range, and Andre Pollard will step up. You'd put good money on this one to be able to slot through for 2 points, and New Zealand know This is a game they cannot afford to lose, really, and they're already 7-0 down on the board. Pollard knows that is a great position to put them in. Even a draw today would see them in a great position in the table. New Zealand need to find an extra gear as Damian McKenzie gets us kicked off with a high ball this time. Who's underneath it? Geordie Barrett does well to recollect from the kickoff, and TJ Perenara wants to go quickly. Great offload, though, to Tupou. Oh, who just bounces through. Cheslin Colby went in for a massive collision there. Good work by the New Zealand lock to keep it going. This time out to Sam Cane. Not really... Oh, managing, though, to slip through tackles. I was going to say didn't make any ground, but actually did very well, and South Africa suddenly have bunched up so much. If New Zealand could work this one out, Will Jordan is out on this wing with absolutely nobody out there. It's going to be one-on-one between him and Mapimpi as he charges in for the corner. Can he get there? Great work by Mapimpi to shut down Will Jordan. So close to that line. The line for New Zealand looking a bit out of shape, as Sam Cane once again wants to take it on. Can't wriggle through tackles that time, but doesn't manage to get it, and South Africa get the turnover and kick it away as it gets back for Will Jordan, who might be annoyed he didn't manage to get that try in the corner as he goes for a 50-22 out to Cheslin Colby this time. A good clearance kick by him. They've just got the wind behind them. You can see the pressure that is coming from that wind blowing the ball slightly further for South Africa as Damian McKenzie, tried one more pass. Maybe a pass too much. New Zealand do manage to recover it, though, just before the end of this first half as Will Jordan this time. A cheeky up and under over the top of Mapimpi, and South Africa have possession once again of the ball. New Zealand trying to put pressure onto the ruck and do manage it, and TJ Perenara wants to make the most of this final opportunity as Severis goes one-on-one with Cheslin Colby. Gets round him, and round the fullback as well. Can he seal this one out? It's a great final tackle coming in to stop him by Damien Dialende, but it's not enough. And Severis had so much work to do from so far away. That was the turnover, all important there. TJ Perenara saw it go quickly out to Armour. Great long pass. This is where Cheslin Colby might have done a little bit better. That step around and then the grubber kick on past Valemsa. It was going to be a tough ask for Damien Dialende to get back to stop him, but that might have just saved New Zealand's half. Great work by the left winger for New Zealand, and now we need tempos to calm down a little bit as Damian McKenzie sets up for a very important kick to take them in level pegging at half-time to take us into a very exciting second half. Let's see how he gets on. It's curling round. Oh, it's come off the top of the post. Damian McKenzie not happy with that one. His shoulders had just raised up, hands behind his head. He knows it's been an awful miss for him. South Africa going to the lead, 7 points to 5. Well, this was always going to be a very exciting game, potentially a tournament decider so early on into the Rugby Championship this year. Springboks once again going up against the All Blacks, who need a big game today. They thought maybe they'd started out with an early advantage, getting a line out so close to that Springboks 22, but a great steal at the line out by the Springboks allowed them that easy exit. In terms of the open play of the game, the Springboks have looked better. You can see how well they've been working at that breakdown, but the offload game has been one of the most important things, just allowing them to get around that New Zealand defensive line and making those extra meters, and it really led up to that first try going in for Jasper Wiese. A couple of really decent carries, just hitting those holes in the New Zealand defensive line that hasn't been working completely brilliantly for them today. Getting the offload out wide to Jasper Wiese, charging over past some tacklers in order to get over for the first try, converted by Andre Pollard to take South Africa out to 7-0. New Zealand, though, needed to bite back. We thought maybe Will Jordan was in for one earlier on in the corner. Mapimpi doing so well on the scramble defence to get back, and New Zealand took a long time right up until the end of that first half, getting a turnover on the Springboks own ball, getting it out wide to Severus, who had so much hard work to do, managing to get the step around Cheslin Colby, the grubber kick past Damian Valemsa, scoring in the corner, but a missed kick by Damian McKenzie might be all important by the end of this game. Only 2 points in it. Let's get ready for a very exciting second half. On to the second half then. Only one change to talk about at halftime. Anton Leonard-Brown has come on for Rico Ioane, who picked up a bit of an injury earlier on in the first half. So first change going the way of the All Blacks as they managed to collect the ball from the kickoff there. And Ardie Savea on an early charge here gets it out to Will Jordan. Well worked though. Damien Dialende coming in for another superb tackle. That's the second one of the game today. Getting involved, being able to stop Will Jordan from taking a bit of a break down that left wing as we go for a line-out. Stolen, though, once again. There's a couple of good steals got in so far for the line-out from the All Blacks. Geordie Barrett gets a bit of a bounce pass out to the new boy. Anton Linnett-Brown out in that centre department now. Can they get it out wide to the try-scorer? Sevu Reece goes for the up and under, managing to keep it in. Will Damien Willemse be able to get there? Oh, the ball actually drifted slightly past him, but South Africa have done well to recover, and they will hopefully have a decent exit clearance. No, they want to go one more. Oh, it has worked for them. They've just seen a hole open up there for Andre Pollard, taking it up, but doesn't look comfortable. Might have picked up an injury in there. That could be a vital loss in terms of a really experienced player for South Africa. He needs to go off the field. Mapimpi carrying it on and drilled into touch that time by Anton Linnett-Brown, and he's having to come off. Manie Libbok coming on in the 21 shirt. Let's hope his kicking standards are going to be up to it this game, because 3 points might be a deciding factor by the end of the game, as once again the New Zealand lineup working well for them this time. Geordie Barrett taking up right into Cheslin Kolbe. Oh, and Sevu Reece, he's already got one as he dives for the corner to get over for number 2. How important can this change around be? Sevu Reece gets over for the brace early on into this second half. What happened to that defensive line? It just opened up. Cheslin Kolbe had to cut in for Geordie Barrett. Really probably wanted a bit better there from Willemse to get out to stop Sevu Reece, who might be on for a hat-trick by the end of the day. It will take New Zealand back out into the lead, and Damian McKenzie will be hoping for a better secondary kick coming up now. They know kicking might be the way forward with Manie Libbok coming on. Not necessarily had his best kicking performance over the course of this Rugby Championship either, as Damian McKenzie slots it through. It's a lovely kick which will take New Zealand out to a 5-point lead. What can South Africa answer back with as Libbok goes for a deep kick? McKenzie kicks it even deeper though, and finding grass as it gets out to Willemse. Just wants to kick that ball clear. That's a great exit clearance kick, puts them back into that New Zealand half. That is where they want to be spending a big majority of this game. This time Armour throws it out the back to Damian McKenzie. Gets in, but left isolated. It's one of the big issues when you throw long over the top. You haven't got your forwards to support you. And now the ball going over. Looking down on the ground though, Pieter-Steph du Toit. Another small injury potentially coming in for this Springboks team. They do have a lot of very talented players on the bench, but losing key players like Pieter-Steph du Toit could be another big issue. Let's hope he can shake that one off by just running it around a bit as Armour, lets a bit of a loose pass go, and suddenly Manie Libbok, new to the field, makes a great break through the line. New Zealand know they're on the back foot here. Can they make the most of it? They get it out one more time, this time to Marks. Nearly gets there. New Zealand get the turnover. TJ Piranara just wants to try and kick this one clear, but Will Jordan eventually does the hard work to get that out. That was so close for the Springboks being able to take a very, very sneaky try into this game, as Malcolm Marks, nearly intercepted there. Just about gets to his man on the outside. The Springboks ruck has been a bit more of an issue, but there he is once again. Kobus Reinach charging through the line and gets the handoff on Geordie Barrett. Going in there, can South Africa keep it going? Pieter-Steph du Toit just fills in at that scrum half with Kobus Reinach tied up. The loose bounce pass though not working for them. Can Oxenshea charge it up the line? Shows the spin and still going. He's still going. It's an unbelievable try by the prop. That's one for the highlight reels from the big man. What an unbelievable try by the loose head prop. Who would have expected this from the big man? The dancing feet coming in here. Let's take a look at this. As the ball gets passed out wide, bounce pass not really working for them, well picked up, gets around the outside. Look at the little spin there, just bouncing his way through tacklers. Nobody can get to him, and the prop manages to get that one over. Quagga Smith coming on for Pieter-Steph du Toit. Looks like he wasn't going to be able to carry on. Can South Africa take the lead once again from a kick through Manie Libbok? As he steps up for the kick, can he slot this one through? It's looking good! That's what South Africa will have wanted, and puts them back out into the lead. And New Zealand now with a swathe of changes coming on. So many players coming in. They know this game potentially going to slip away from them if something big doesn't happen here. Finlay Christie coming on at the scrum half. Changes to the front row as well. What a pickup by Sam Cane. That's exactly what they would have wanted there as they pass it out. Ethan de Groot takes it on to Ardie Savea, managing to just about get it out to Sevu Reece. Malcolm Marks did so well to shut him down there. And there is the new boy. Finlay Christie can't run away though from his opposite number. Gets shut down well, and South Africa get the turnover. Just 10 minutes left on the clock. What can they do here? Damien Dialende crashing up into the line as well. This time Eben Etzebeth wants to carry it himself. They're just going to go through the one-off runners as they get out to Mapimpi. Maybe slightly isolated though, and New Zealand take full advantage, and Cody Taylor also new to the field. It's a bad pass. to Will Jordan. Had so much room to work with. South Africa are answering with their own substitutions now in the line-out department. As Mostert coming on, Josh Lord steals the ball in the line-out this time, and Dalton Papali'i carries it on to Anton Linnett-Brown, who's got numbers on the outside of him, to McKenzie. One more pass, he's already got two. Oh, Severis can't get over for the hat-trick, maybe slightly greedy. Wanted it himself as Dalton Papali'i once again taken up through Geordie Barrett. Gets stopped just short of the line, and South Africa get a great turnover. But I think the kick's gone wrong. I think that's actually come off the back of another South African player, and it's gone over their own dead ball line. It will be a scrum on the 5-metre line for South Africa. This game is just going off the rails now. New Zealand know this might be the final opportunity of the game. Can they take something away from it here? As Finlay Christie rolls the ball in, and Ardie Savea wants to take it himself as he bounces through one and gets over. Nothing stopping the big man from that close to the try line. South Africa tried so hard. He knows what's on the line for this New Zealand team. He knew what needed to be done. That is an incredibly hard carry. So many substitutes in that scrum. There is so much new blood, so much extra legs coming into it. Great work by New Zealand to hold that one up and just bouncing through. Valemsa trying to go for that chop tackle. Probably the right move rather than going high on someone like Ardie Savea. But you've got to make it stick. Didn't take the ankles well enough, and that will put New Zealand 3 points ahead. McKenzie can make this 5 if he slots it through, and does. South Africa have 3 minutes on the board. A penalty will not do. A drop goal will not do. It is going to be all about... Oh, it's going to be all about going for the try, but the kickoff hasn't gone far enough. We'll go back for a scrum on the halfway line. It's just wasting time now for South Africa. Is that the mistake that could cost them the game? New Zealand will want to just hold on to this ball. 2 minutes on the clock. What can they do from it here? As they roll back to the edge of the scrum, and Finlay Christie wants to go himself. He wants to go for a cheeky kick down towards the edge of that 22. Thought maybe if he could just kick that one in. Oh, it hasn't worked for them, and I think there's an accidental offside in there as well, and that could be extremely punishing as Finlay Christie gets it out to Severis, who, if there's one man that deserves a hat-trick, it will be him, and he gets it. Oh my goodness, who could believe it? In the 80th minute, they had the penalty advantage, so they went for the extra play. They knew they could afford to just kick it out, but that close to the try line, what was Cheslin Colby thinking doing? We're going for that extra kick, not really necessary. Finlay Christie got the energy to get it at that pass around the new lock. And what a play by this guy today. Severis has been on for the man of the match before. It's a hat-trick for New Zealand to just keep the hopes and dreams that this rugby championship could still be within their grasp. Damian McKenzie will slot through one final kick to seal out this game. 26 points to 14. What an exciting game this one turned into. Everyone looks absolutely shattered on that pitch. And it means going into the last 2 rounds, all is still to play for. Of course, we will still be having up on the channel a rematch between the Wallabies and Argentina. So make sure you hit the subscribe button to keep in check with when the latest videos come out. Do you think this could be a result we see on the weekend, or do you think South Africa will be going for the double over New Zealand to put their rugby championship hopes in absolute favour? I hope to see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.